All right, what is up, fam? Come on, we had to go live tonight. We absolutely had to go live tonight. There is something flashing on Bitcoin right now. Hopefully my thumbnail didn't give it away. We should be live on every platform for the most part. Yeah, we're rocking and rolling. Okay, perfect. So a lot of windows open. Let's see where we are. Okay, perfect. Guys, how we all doing? Did you guys join the live from last night or enjoy it? Not join it. Did you enjoy it? I think it was fun live. I went to bed at like 3 to 4 a.m. and I completely crashed after. CJDV, we're not live on Rumble, but it is fine. We're live on X, we're live on Twitch, we're live on YouTube. I just probably need to reset the computer or something. But we're rocking and rolling, guys. So the thumbnail today was a very peculiar thumbnail, okay? Chat GPT, whatever. This is my secretary, all right? Now, I do have to talk to it. So it isn't as easy as you think. But watch this with some Bollinger Bands in the background, right? So I want to show you guys right here. First, I want to say is everybody raise your hands and praise the universe because Mercury is out of retrograde. This is amazing for me, amazing for you, because that means that there's going to be less fake outs. So we're going to get more into the direction that we're trading. Okay. And here we can see Mercury and, well, we can't see Mercury in retrograde, but all of these wicks are like from retrograde. I don't know how to, obviously they're liquidity wicks too, but a lot are from retrograde. Now here's the deal, guys. We're not bullish. I think people know that. We're in a downtrend. We're longing Bitcoin. I'm longing Bitcoin right now. Non-financial advice. If you're in a Bitcoin long, make sure you set up your own take profit, own stop loss, all that jazz. However, I am in a Bitcoin long. I did post it. It almost stopped us out. And then I went to it. And I'm like, you know what? We got to lower a stop loss a bit because we're in an uptrend. And if I get stopped out in an uptrend, that is going to be fun. So really what we're doing is we're looking for back and forth momentum, okay? 92 could be the lowest, 90,200. I doubt it because really what we're looking at is we're looking at this ranging to the side of the channel and then pretty much coming up to 95,700. Now, I am in a Bitcoin long. On one of the accounts, I can't show you guys because of a VPN. On the other account, I can. Forex, baby. What the hell? MetaTrader, Forex. Okay. So we're on an exchange long with MEXC, and we're on Forex on MetaTrader 5. Probably down about 50 bucks on both right now. Actually, I'm break even now. Break even. So we're doing some Forex on MetaTrader and we are doing MEX on crypto. And I'm doing a challenge. So that is why I'm not going to tell you guys what the challenge is. We're just going to upload it, do it, and you guys will be like, oh my goodness, that's pretty cool kind of deal, right? Make sure you guys open up YouTube, mute it, or Twitch. So open up YouTube, Beast Limitless on Beast Limitless Trading. We have 66 subs. Shout out to all of you guys. All right. Open it up, mute it. put it in a different window. Same thing with Twitch. Open Twitch up, put it in a different window. And x.com, if you guys could share the live, that would be wonderful. Okay. So how's everyone doing? Who is in trades at the moment? Is anyone in any shorts? Is anyone any longs at the moment, guys? Okay, so retrograde is done, right? We know retrograde is done. We should actually get back to some normal momentum. I stayed up all night with that RSI heat map. Yeah, I didn't go to bed. I stayed up all night. I looked at it over and over. That RSI heat map was beautiful. So if we look at our Bollinger Bands here, I have it on the thumbnail, but I don't even have it on my chart. Right? Watch this, guys. Our Bollinger Bands are tightening, okay? Now, I don't really use the Bollinger Bands, all right? I do and I don't. But when we have consolidation, I used to do the Bollinger Bands a lot more, right? When we have consolidation, we're really ranging back here. Now, what you guys are going to notice is that Bitcoin is remaining above our 4-hour fair value gap. If you're shorting this, you're a 1-minute scalper and you're taking profit within the next 5 to 10 minutes. All right. But essentially here you can see your Bollinger Bands are tightening. This is why I have put it in the thumbnail, because when your Bollinger Bands tighten in consolidation, you want to go to your next phase of that potential movement. Okay. And the next phase of that potential movement would be the 4-hour. The 4-hour momentum indicator. RSI, I don't like, because actually, you know what? I do like the RSI. I didn't hit the top. Yep, and we're probably going to get a pump Sunday. There's going to be a pump coming in Sunday or even mid-evening today, okay? So 4-hour stochastic momentum oscillator completely oversold. Basically what that means is we're going to go up. We're going to pump, okay? Basically what that means is we're going to pump. So that is why I'm live, because we've got some amazing setups coming in. So I'm going to look at my 1 hour here, and I know there's a head and shoulder. I know there is an inverse, all of that jazz. Shimmer 2005, what is up, fam? What is up? Here we go, guys. So we're probably going to have more sideways momentum into the evening, or we just straight pump. But there's a mini channel here. Can you guys hear my background noise with my rain sounds? I like my Zen sounds, all right? So we can see, guys, that Bitcoin is pretty much going to pump to this area right here, which is going to be the top of the channel, okay? Well, a shorter term channel. We're going to pump to the top of this shorter term channel, but ideally I see the sideways momentum kind of like this and then shooting up to 96, 97. Now, keep in mind, guys, that we CJDV, I just put on rain sounds, all right? It is snowing outside right now. But for some weird reason, I like the rain sounds, the wind and thunderstorms when nobody's talking or anything like that. But you're going to get more sideways momentum, guys, right? So we're going to draw a fib here. It looks to me that a pump is about to happen on Sunday. Now, whether you want to say that's a real pump or not, that is up to you. Okay, so here is the targets we're looking for, actually to a T. Boom, to a T right there. So we can see that we are ranging in our 786 and our 886 zone. Okay. This is a range. Now, why this is good is because it is a continuation of an uptrend of a trend, essentially, right? Because if it wasn't, then Bitcoin would come down to the 618 and retrace. Actually, that is the 382. And then continuing up. But what we're seeing is we're seeing uptrend momentum, okay? And this uptrend momentum will take us to our take profit. We got to take profit at 96, and we got a take profit at I would say about 100K. $100,500, $101,000 roughly, right? An uptrend versus a bear flag always psychs you out. Yeah, I get what you're saying. So the reason that we're most likely not going to drop, and I'm very, very sure on this, unless the market goes south, is because our fair value gap and we're oversold, and because Bitcoin has not touched the top of the RSI. So if Bitcoin touched the top of our RSI in a downtrend, I'd be very, very cautious. But we did at the top, and then we came down. We do need to touch the top of the RSI again before we get more bearish. Now, that is kind of what you're working with here. And then we can kind of see Bitcoin going sideways and just consolidating a bit. Now, I don't know if I would keep Bitcoin past 92,600 or 500. I'm not sure. Who has used MetaTrader here, guys? Anyone used MetaTrader before? Oh, yeah, and CJDV, you're right. Monthly candle close as well, right? So, and look what is happening on the monthly. You're bouncing off of this monthly fair value gap, which is very important. All right, guys, smash that like button if you haven't. Let's run up the live tonight. Not sure how long we're going to go live for tonight, but we are for sure going live for a while. Okay, perfect. All right, so Bitcoin's going to range in that area. We're all in longs, I can see. We're all kind of forming the same trajectory. We're looking for a mega pump, right? Essentially in the next couple of days. Now we're going to go to XRP, okay? Because there's not really much to talk about on Bitcoin. We all know Bitcoin is going to go up. Typically, I wouldn't go against some MACD guys, but because the RSI has more room to go up, fool me once, no, we're not going to be fooled in the market, right? All right, XRP. Who is in an XRP trade or an XRP long? If anyone. It is one of the best trades in crypto right now. Right? So inverted head and shoulders and a pennant. And you're oversold, which you can see right here. Every time you come down, you drop a bit, but you don't kick the pennant. It could wick down to 217 one more time, but I personally am on low leverage. And my take profit levels are going to be 243, 263, and 274. Those are going to be my take profit levels. Now, essentially, my top take profit level is going to be 274. Here's my thesis on XRP, and I'm going to talk about this in my next XRP video. We have an XRP channel, a Bitcoin channel, okay? We'll share the content. I have uploaded some content, but I haven't posted it yet because I'm just waiting for the move. It's going to be a month-end price update for Bitcoin, XRP, and the top gainers there. But essentially, you have that bear flag, you broke out, you faked out, you dumped, okay? So if we go to the daily, guys, this is lining up to a T. The market is not bullish. We're not in a bullish market, but there is going to be things like dead cat bounces. There's going to be hype over the XRP ETF, okay? So here, listen kind of to what I'm putting out. If you look right here, right, this is resistance. But if you look at this channel right here, before we are normally bullish, we always pump or drop to the side of the channel 90% of the time. It doesn't have to be perfect. And here you can see that, yeah, here you can see that XRP has been in this range for quite some time. But what you're going to notice is that we never hit the side of the channel or the bottom. Even here, we wick down, we never hit the bottom. So 99.9%, we're going to go chase the wick on a lot of these coins. I could see XRP hitting resistance and then dropping all the way down to here. After the ETF news, oh my gosh, guys, we have volume in Ripple. Guys, Ripple to the moon. All the YouTube videos coming out, all of the crazy pump videos coming out. And then a sell candle, and then a big sell off candle, and then the market crashes because we haven't actually broke out, which would lead us to believe that we touched the bottom here somewhere around $1.50, maybe $1.70, and that would line up all the way for an $8 to $10 XRP coin. right? Very, very possible. If we don't break out, it will 80% happen. Am I bullish on XRP? I'm not necessarily bullish on XRP until we hit the side of the channel. What I'm bullish on is a pump to the resistance, okay? So I want to make that very clear, guys. I keep on talking about XRP, probably like everybody else. I don't believe XRP is going to break out and pump all the way to the top. I believe that we're either going to go sideways, hit the top and drop, or pump to the top and drop, and then continue in an uptrend like this, and then skyrocket some random day in 2026. And the money flowing from what would be Bitcoin more into XRP. If that is how they're going to play the market, right? But as of right now, an XRP long is fine, right? See what Bitcoin is doing here. Ranging sideways, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, we're probably going to get a Sunday pump. I'd be very surprised if we don't get a Sunday pump for sure. All right, Ethereum. Ethereum. Almost at the top of my channel. Or at least my short consolidation channel here. Okay. So we've got key resistance on Ethereum. Ethereum is chilling. Well, that would be the resistance on ETH. But again, the 4 hours is very, very oversold. And actually, ETH is in an inverse head and shoulder too. You can't see the indicator on TradingView, but boom, boom, right? So we're very, very close to our target on Ethereum. But I wouldn't short it. The reason I wouldn't short it is because our macro downtrend is right here. I know I've talked about a short on Ethereum at that level, but that was before we were completely oversold. And now that we're completely oversold, I would say ETH is going to hang out at this fair value gap a bit. And then pump to about 33 to about 3,400 bucks roughly. How's everyone's weekend going, guys? Touching grass, not too much happening in crypto. Make sure if you guys are following us on X, you hit the like here and you share it for a live video. The quality is amazing on this streaming software. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, we've got a bit of stuff on ETH there. Not much, but a bit. Obviously, the market is kind of very, very slow right now, which is fine. Like I said, I don't really see much happening till Saturday. But again, Sunday, it is Saturday right now. Those Bollinger Bands are going to come into it within the next day here for sure. All right, what do we got? Monad is actually trending #1 as the top loser. I really like what I'm seeing on Mon for another short. It dropped quite a bit here. Finally dropped to my 0.3, but like that is waiting for a week. Although I don't like how it is riding the middle line here, so got to keep an eye on that one. Let's go. Ron took some profits. Tim, how's your day going? Yes, so I would keep an eye on Mon, guys, because either this is going to completely dump or reverse in this region. We'll see what happens on Mon. That is obviously a top loser right now. We've got... Remember that Zen coin we were looking at on the live last night? Oh, XRP is actually trending right now. So I've been watching Zen from that RSI heat map we were looking at here, and I'm still looking for a short, but it does look like Zen could recover with some major 4-hour bullish divergence on our MACD. So even though I'm looking for a short, on Zen, it is providing some bullish divergence. So I wouldn't try shorting this yet. I would keep an eye on it with how oversold it is. Still encourage. Great trade on Mon a few days ago. Yep. Sui or Ondo, I'll check it out. Okay, future trend indicator, play around with it. I definitely will. Okay, we'll check out Sui because I do like it, and I do want to find a short eventually. We'll do a whole new channel here on Sui. Sui is interesting because it is just in a pipeline of a downtrend right now. Pump BT is being delisted. A good short before it is delisted. Okay. Sui's not doing too bad. Ichimoku Cloud. Lagging span, it's up about Broccoli made you a ton 7 to 9 months ago on Dex Screener. Yeah, Broccoli was pretty fun, right? So Sui is okay. It just says kind of following the downtrend. There is a big fair value gap on right here on Sui, right? Very big fair value gap. So pretty much it breaks out, it'll take off. But it is in a downtrend. Okay, pump BT for a short. Can you even, oh, pump BTC. So pump BTC is getting delisted. Short opportunity right here on pump BTC. Let's see. So we've got yeah, pumped a bit and then it is getting shorted. So I'll keep an eye on it. Personally, it is really at the bottom of the channel for me to get into a short, but I'm going to keep an eye on it because if it does get delisted, then we're obviously probably going to start dumping and breaking support. So that could be a really good trade for the community, providing it does dump. A lot of coins, guys, are going to start getting delisted. They can't hold up the MEXC fees, and they can't hold up their liquidity. That is the reality of it. 90, well, not 90%, but 40% of coins are going to start going away. Okay, so we're going to put an alert right here. And if you guys see a drop coming on pump BTC, let me know. And then broccoli as well. I don't even know. Broccoli is dumping pretty hard too here. Yeah, broccoli is rough. Broccoli is rough. Look at that. Like if you look at broccoli, broccoli is in a macro bear pennant. So pretty much what you want to do. So you want to take this resistance from here to here, and I'd be shorting that. That'd be a short for me, right? So I would. Now I'm not going to get into the trade on the live myself, but if you guys want to, you can. Note, again, not financial advice, do your own TA. Note that right here is 3 points of key resistance. So essentially, if for whatever reason broccoli breaks out of here, it'll run. If not, say we line up a short right here, we put a stop just above the previous high. It'd be a 1-to-2.7 ratio, but honestly, for a delisted coin, it is looking pretty good. There's a little bit of support here. You still want to play TA. Yeah, honestly, it's not a bad trade. Yeah, this is going to dump. It looks like very, very hard. Flog is getting delisted too. Where are you finding these delistings, Sinister? Just looking at CoinGlass, getting messages. Not bad, right? Not bad at all. This is a really good trade. Perfect. I would have liked to get it up here, but definitely in this zone is not a bad area to get in a short. On broccoli, and that'll just set an alert right here. Boom. If it breaks out, I'm out, but looks like it's going to be dumping hard for the next 3 hours. Like, there is no volume in this thing, so it looks like a very good, profitable short. I'm not going to take it right now, though, because I can't watch it, but if I wasn't on the live, I probably would watch it. Flog is delisting on Buy DeFi. Yeah, a little bit of a pump here. Yeah, I would say if the 1 hour becomes overbought, this bullpen, it is not going to play out because it already hit the top and it broke. So you're probably going to do something like this on the 1 hour and then come down. Not too bad. There's definitely some good setups for sure. Quant has been looking good, guys. We looked at Quant the other day, and it has been the silent killer for sure. If you look at Quant 101, if you look at my chart, where Quant could hit is about, again, Quant is in an uptrend, macro uptrend, about 116. So Quant ended up breaking out. And it looks like Quant will pump to about 116, well, 115 to 119, depending on where it is on the channel. And then, guys, if Quant breaks out of here, we are going to have a massive pump. Again, you're looking for the back test. And then you're looking at explosion on Quant to about 238. QNT, right? QNT. So if I'm looking at this chart on the 4 hour time frame, I want to see if I would get into a short or a long on Quant. If it, providing it does hit that resistance right here. So the 3-day, yeah, all day I'd be looking to short because we already hit the top. So even though Quant is on an uptrend, I would probably be looking to short Quant in this region right here. Okay, so could set my alert, set it and forget it. Wait for it to alert me on a short. I know I said I'm not going to be taking longs, guys, but the market is flat right now. But when Bitcoin gets to that resistance, I will be looking for a lot of shorts. A lot. So we got our alert set on quant there. Then I do want to go back to Turbo. Who took the Turbo trade, guys, last month? Or not last month, last night. Who took the Turbo trade last night, guys, and made some pretty good money? We called Turbo a short here perfectly, and it ended up dumping a 1 to 3.95% trade. So Turbo is hit the top, and it looks like Turbo's about to come down now. Providing Bitcoin comes up, we might get one more pump on Turbo to the top here, and then that is another short. Although now it is getting to an area where I wouldn't trade it or short it because it is coming back to your 200 SMA. So if anything, I would look for the recovery on Turbo to here and getting a short somewhere up here. Otherwise, we would be waiting for the trend to break. So essentially right here. Turbo could dump all the way back to here, but I probably wouldn't be shorting it in the middle right now. But it definitely was a very profitable short, guys. We did a 1 to 5 trade on Turbo. All right, guys, hit the like button if you're on YouTube. Again, make sure you're on Twitch in the background. One of them muted. I am going to go get some water real quick. How do I... The short on Turbo was a while back. Now I would just wait for recovery. Hopefully there's a fake out on Turbo. We could have rode it from up here all the way down here. If anything on Turbo, I'd be looking at setting up a long in this area. So we're going to set up a alert here for a long on Turbo. I am looking at Sky. I'm liking what I'm seeing on Sky Protocol for sure. Did it hit the top of the channel? Let me redraw this. Okay, so from this top to this top, it looks like Sky could have hit it. 05416 hit the top, double topped. So if you missed out on Turbo, Sky is Sky is doing what Monad did, Mon, and I don't like it. Sky is very, very oversold on the 1 hour time frame. Very, very. I don't know. Sky looks like it is going to dump a lot, but you are also riding this 200 SMA, which I don't really like. And there's a volume node here on Sky too. It does look like it is going to come down a lot, but not sure. Okay, we're really, really flat in Bitcoin, like very flat. So Bitcoin keeps on rejecting that 1 hour. So what I would do, guys, is I would stick to my original plan, just to kind of see what happens here in the market. We know we broke out. We know we have a ranging rounded bottom. So what I would do is I would look at taking profit up here around 92,006. Set your stop loss if you're in a long to 89,800. I'm at 89,900. But I just see this ranging from 90,300 to about 91,500. You're looking at about 92,500, but you got this big range right here. So could just keep on ranging until there's some volume or some manipulation coming into key. Asia is most likely going to pump this tomorrow. But we will see what happens. All right, so we went over Turbo. How about WLFI? Yeah, WLFI is not dropping. So that means it is probably going to go for that wick. It was in an uptrend, or it is still in an uptrend. This is a rounded top, and I don't like rounded tops, but it hasn't gone for the liquidity here. So what you can see right here is it is kind of bouncing off this region. Let me... So this would be the uptrend, and then you have a continuation. You're oversold on the 4-hour time frame. You're 18 hours oversold at a double top. I would say WLFI is going to go for the top of this channel, which is around 18.5 now, right? Because it is going sideways, back and forth, back and forth. So I would say WLFI is going to go for about 18.5. And I'd be setting a short at around 18.5, even 18.4. Non-financial advice, guys, but it is probably going to get hit. I can see this, the top of the channel getting hit before a drop. And then if the top of the channel gets hit before a drop, we are most likely going to go down and hit the ground after that, right? So keep an eye on WLFI. And if you can long it, that would be a good pump to long as well too, because you're just ranging. Like even you could call this a bullish pennant, right? And if we line up this measured move of this pennant, yeah, that puts you about 18.7, 18.5. A long would have been nice right there, 15.8. But even a long is in this area is not too bad too. And you've got all your indicators. You've got your MACD, you've got your RSI, even though that is overbought. Yeah, I would say WLFI is going for another banger pump for sure. Thoughts on Near? So I don't know. Let's see what NEAR is doing. NEAR is at the bottom of the channel and not really dumping. So here's what I see on NEAR if I'm going with the bands. There's going to be a pump on NEAR. You can see the whole market is oversold because we have the Bollinger Bands going like this, back and forth at support with the volume node right here. So we got our volume node. And then you're looking at this coming up and doing a massive pump at some point. Or maybe not a massive pump, but definitely a pump to this area right here. Yeah, so it's tough on NEAR, but with it being this overbought in the 4-hour time frame, it doesn't look too bad. So it's going sideways. It's not continuing the downtrend. That is a plus. Yeah, that's it's not too bad. Not too bad setup on NEAR for sure, guys. So if you have NEAR, or you're looking for a long on NEAR, you're just really waiting for the breakout of this resistance right here. And then you'll get a really, really nice pump through this volume node to about 226, 230. Ultimately, you're looking at about, 238, 240, right, in this area. So I would set an alert on NEAR right here at about 198. I want to go look at Solana because, again, a lot of these coins are riding downtrends. Let me do a new channel here in Sol. So from top to top, or top to bottom, Solana's the same thing, oversold, ranging. You've got a little bit of a pennant, well, not really a pennant, but ranging at your volume node right here. It did break a rising wedge, but with how oversold it is and because you are in a downtrend, I would say give Solana a couple more days into a trading session, either New York or Asia, which is Tokyo. And then this is most likely going to fly all the way, well, about 170, but all the way to about 185. Again, guys, everything is on a downtrend. So typically when a drop happens like this, and a recovery. You're going into a recovery phase. You got resistance right there, and then you've got a fair value gap right there. So shorting would be the best until you break out of this area. But I don't see a lot of coins dropping anymore until we have until we hit the top. Like Solana's probably going to recover after we get out of these fair value gaps. It's going to be a bit hard to this area right here, and then essentially come back down. I don't really see us holding or breaking out with how bearish we are in the longer term. But yeah, the market is flat, ultimately flat. So the big thing you guys want to watch for is Bitcoin, okay? Because Bitcoin is gonna send everything. You know, we have such a tight range here. Right? Literally, we have a tight range. All right. Quiet market, guys, but there are things that we want to watch for tomorrow, and we want to get set up for tomorrow. What else do we got? We've got Monero. We've got Aave, Athena. Athena's doing something. ENA. Oh, Athena had a big pump here. Well, relatively. Any schedule live tomorrow at 8 p.m. There will be a schedule live. Yeah. 8 p.m. roughly. Yeah. Asia session, right? So look at Athena. Athena's definitely in an uptrend. Let me see if Athena. Okay, so if we look at the downtrend right here on Athena, ENA. Here's your downtrend. Perfect downtrend, guys, because you're going to see that, yeah, you're going to have a nice pump on Athena. If you backtest this, this pennant right here, right, you're going to fake out, probably range, whatever. You have a golden cross in this area right here. You've got a sure shot pump to about 37 on Athena, and it most likely will happen because that is the top of the downtrend. The 3-day is coming up. Weekly is not looking too good, but the daily is looking okay. And yeah, Athena's going to rock it. You're even oversold right here too. So if you could get above this key resistance on ENA, because it pretty much is in a triple top at the moment, then you've got a pump on Athena. And that's pretty much almost the same XRP chart, right? Because we're not looking for breakouts, guys. We're looking for longs. We're looking for shorts off of the top, but we can long the middle because we know the market is probably going to range after a pump like this, get some volume, and then continue up to the top. That is essentially what we're looking for, right? So Athena is going to be a very big trade, and a short is going to be good if we reject it, but more so a long is going to be really good if you guys like scalping. Once it breaks out of this area, you've got a 24% run on ENA. And there is a nice inverse head and shoulders on Athena as well too, right? You know, a coin I haven't looked at recently is Doge. We haven't looked at the resistance on Doge. See, this is a really good percentage to gain, guys, because if you look at Dogecoin, we're at the bottom. We haven't really done anything. It could pump all the way to 19 cents in that region. And you can see that Doge kind of broke out. So not of the long macro, but to find a pump like this, you have a huge pump from, 19, and that's your downtrend, right? So if we can find an area on Doge where it is ranging, which I believe it is just ranging right now, this could literally skyrocket. Well, in the shorter term, you get a pump to about 16.5. But essentially you get a pump to about 18 on Dogecoin. Oh, Mon is dumping. Yeah, there we go. Mon is coming down. I knew Mon was going to break Monad, but it's really tough to stay in a trade the whole week, right? Like that is now your new downtrend right there. But yeah, if Monad dumps off of this, it is dropping all the way down to here, which is what we were targeting for the whole week on MON, right? Not really. Bitcoin's not really doing anything. It is dropping a bit. But again, guys, you're going to see that sideways momentum into tomorrow. As long as you are inside of this channel, you're going to see Bitcoin do this, whatever that is, 90,003, maybe even 2, back to here. And then it hits the side of the channel. I would say you're good to go. Probably going to take a gold long on Monday. We'll look at Bitcoin and I'll look at gold, because I'm going to be doing Forex on this channel, guys. I've said that before. Beast Limitless Trading is going to be all about making money. I'll show people how to do it, right? But gold is going to be beautiful, because if you look at gold, we have a very nice fair value gap on gold here, and we got a pump, a very nice uptrend. So Sunday evening stock stuff, well, it is tough because nothing really well. Oh yeah, because Tokyo, I forgot about that. But there's PL1, there's platinum, like XAG, silver. Like, look at silver, right? Silver is breaking ETH. Right? Silver is breaking all-time highs, guys. And I'm looking for a short on silver come Monday morning. So possibly I might call or take a short on silver on Monday morning. But if you guys don't know how to use MetaTrader and stuff, we'll do some stuff later on it. Just let me get my life back in order from the move and the situation of all the stuff that happened this year with moving everywhere. And then I'll show you guys how to trade with MetaTrader. Yep. So Bitcoin's going to be an accumulation. That is it. That is literally what is happening right now. Just accumulation, up and down, up and down. This, though, is what you guys need to pay attention to, is the Bollinger Bands. If the Bollinger Bands was like this and we were overbought, I would be freaking out if I was holding spot trades or longing. But because the Bollinger Bands are oversold at a volume node and you're in an uptrend channel on the micro, which is a micro, smaller time frame, then you're going to see that we are kind of just ranging here. And then we'll pump. For us to drop at the middle line, keep an eye on this here too. You're ranging at the middle line, which is the conversion line. For us to drop below this, we would need to be very, very bearish. And we are very bearish, don't get me wrong. But there is going to be a recovery to the downtrend, especially after that Bitcoin breakout, especially after that fair value gap being created here between 88.4 and about 89.9, right? Now, there's a possibility market makers do go up and wick, right? But okay, any questions before we end the live off here, guys? I want to come on the live, go over a few things, show you guys a couple things. Nothing is really happening tonight. Some coins are dropping, like ZEC is coming down. But I don't trust shorting right now because I feel like anything that pumps, if Bitcoin pumps, a lot of coins are just going to fly out of nowhere. Did anyone take a broccoli short earlier? Because you were in profit if you did. Broccoli is going to come down like bricks. So if you took a broccoli short earlier, you're going to make a lot of money. And you can see it pretty much right here. Again, if it breaks this area right here, then it is going to pump. But at the moment, guys, broccoli is looking like a good short. All right, I'm going to get into a broccoli trade and watch this. I hope you guys have a great night. I'll look at MSTR for CJDV real quick here. And then we'll actually have a scheduled live tomorrow, 8 o'clock p.m., which is the Tokyo session. But I don't mind going live, guys, every day because I like it. It keeps me up to date. I'm able to find things. Like I wouldn't have found this broccoli trade, right? Going to move your government retirement fund into it. Oh, MicroStrategy, right? I would be careful. But at the same point in time, it is very, very oversold. You got to make sure it holds the 200 SMA on the 3-day, on the weekly. Because if it holds the 200 SMA on the weekly, you're fine, you're kosher. But if not, you're in trouble, right? We honestly have to go to the monthly, even though we're not trading on the monthly. I don't know, man. I'd be careful about putting all that money into that right now. Like maybe about 128, but it is not looking good on the monthly. If it reverses right here, you're fine. I would probably do it right here. Honestly, if I was going to do it, it would be right here. Whichever price that would be, maybe about 128. I can't even promise that's the bounce. We're going to have to see what happens, right? It isn't a bad trade, but it is in a huge rising wedge, just like Bitcoin. So keep that in mind, right? All right, guys, hope you all have a great night. Tried to go live here for a bit for everybody. Again, we're just ranging. Nothing is happening. Watch the Bollinger Bands, guys. It's pretty self-explanatory what is about to happen. If we have a big pump tomorrow, maybe I'll go live. Or a big, well, I'm going to say big pump because that's probably what is going to happen. And that's all I got for you guys. So, and thank you for the setup. I'm going to get into broccoli and figure it out. And go from there. Well, it's a pretty big drop. Yeah, this thing's gonna come down like bricks. So hope everyone has a great night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. CST on the live.